It's a pleasure coming your way once again with Family Life here on Adwa TV. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch your most educative show on TV, which is Family Life. Here on Family Life, the family is our priority. We will be discussing another educative topic today, and I hope you pick a thing or two from it. Today, we'll be talking about money. Should wives contribute to the family purse? Should wives contribute to the family purse? Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook at Adwa TV Ghana and on YouTube at Adwa TV GH. My name is Benedicta. We'll be right back.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
City is a manufacturing supply of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Announcements on Adwa TV. Contact Adwa TV for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 05092 57754 020-9494-258 or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork Premises. Adwa TV, bringing good things to life.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Welcome back. Should wives contribute to the family purse? That's our topic for today's discussion. And to help with the discussion, we have Reverend Felix Parker Benin from Shepherd's Field Chapel. Reverend, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Our other guest is the CEO of Afafranto Beads and proprietress of Nobel Heights School, Alice Frimpong. Miss Sack. Miss Sack, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Today we are coming to look at money. I don't know, but then I have the feeling that Reverend will try to talk for the men. So Ms. Saki also talk for the women. But let me begin with you, Reverend. We know that traditionally, I believe teachers that, okay, we've learned that men are the breadwinners of the family. Has this changed?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Let me start with the yes so I can hammer the no well.
Okay.
Yes, because first of all, it is a perceptional thing that men are supposed to be breadwinners, and it is also biblical. Because the Bible says that if a man cannot take care of his home, he is as worse as an infidel. And the word infidel means a man without faith. So if a man cannot take care, so then that presumes and suggests that man should be the breadwinner. Again, if we go to Genesis, we hear God instructing and speaking to a man. And I will use this word man advisedly because lately we have women activists. And don't take kindly as the Bible is almost tilted to the masculine. So when I use man, I may refer to mankind.
Okay.
So God was then giving instruction to mankind as a man tilling the ground. And it is often used by men of God that before the woman came, the man had a job. So God had given him a job. But that mandate was not for man alone. Because if you would explain a little while, you get to know that then woman was still in man. So God spoke to mankind.
Okay.
He didn't speak to man, he spoke to mankind. And then later on, woman came out of man. That's the gender, what do you call it, speech. So in the no, we're looking at strictly the letter. In the yes, the mandate was not only for man, but Bible was written in a cultural setting. And in the Middle East, the lifestyle there was tilted towards the masculine. So if you read the Bible, you would often see, even when they were talking about the genealogy of Jesus, with the Matthew's account, we saw only 3 women. And the 3 women that were brought in, it felt like they were handpicked and brought in. You didn't see the lineage running through them. All right? Yeah. We saw Rahel, we saw that lady, the prostitute, what was her name?
Mary Magdalene?
No, the one on the top of. We saw Mary, then that lady that they saw at the wall of Jericho. So, and all of them, it was what they did. You wouldn't see what was running through. So, of course, it doesn't mean the Bible was gender biased, but then God was focusing on the seed of the man. So when the word comes, it then falls as though it was the gender man. But God instructs both to the man and to the woman.
Okay. So, Reverend, if I get you clear, since it's mankind, it
That's
involves both man and woman. So when God said they should work, it means both man and woman, not just.
But somebody will argue that when God gave the instruction, the woman was not there. But I will counter argue that and say the woman was within.
Then it looks like the woman has a double job, because she also came to.
We will get there. We have
okay.
we have the pronounced one and then the lighter one. Likewise, the man also has the pronounced one, the lighter one. Okay. So we'll get there.
Okay, Miss, would you like to say something?
Thank you. Special greetings to our viewers. On the issue of who brings what at the home, it's quite cultural specific. And like Reverend said, during the time of the Bible, there was a culture. So we are Ghanaians, and Ghana has its culture. Even among the tribes, every tribe has its culture. So for me, I think that it is about the culture that the two of you are coming from. Then it is about the culture that the two of you come to create as one, knowing that the husband and the wife are one person, and at the end of the day, they do everything for their united good. So if it is the man bringing home money or the woman bringing home money, it is about whether you both will be happy with it and you can live a fulfilled life with it. I don't really mind who is bringing home what, but we come from a culture, and the environment has a lot of influence on us. So men basically are supposed to do more than women when it comes to using money and catering for the home, taking care of the home monetary wise. So even if a woman is up to the task and she can do it all by herself, most of the time, because of our environmental setting, you will see that the woman at some point will be fed up, because she would hear other women talk about how their men are doing it, or she will see how her own bosses are forcing male bosses are forcing for their homes, and hers becomes different. Sometimes it becomes an issue of worrying. However, it should be about the two of you. Naturally, you realize that there are some men, they cannot really force, like in Cree, we will say that obone hoso. Like there are some men that naturally they are good, but they don't really force that much. Should such men also not have wives? And naturally, there are some women too that even the house upkeep, they cannot do it so well like that. Should such women not have husbands? So at the end of the day, marriage is a complement. But as a man, as a male child, when you are growing, you should know that breadwinning is your responsibility, is your core responsibility, and you should look at ways and how to go about it holistically before you think of having somebody that will come in to help you. So basically this is what I would say for the opening, but when we go into details, I mean, personally, I wouldn't want to be the one doing the breadwinning for my home. Like I want my man to be the man. Even when I have money, I don't want him, even if I'm the chief executive of Bank of Ghana, I would want my chop money. I would want money for this, for this, for I don't mind depositing into his account and he bringing me something every month that, girl, this for the month.
Okay. So, Reverend, back to what you were saying. And even taking from what Ms. Saka said, it looks like we have to get someone who head the family. And that is where we say it is the man. So in this case, if we both have the same responsibility, like you explained, can the both of them be the heads of the family?
Certainly not. So this is where we see the pronouns duty and the lesser duty. Even though the mandate is for both, and that is why lately you see women forging ahead, and it looks like suddenly the world is turning. And some men of God are saying that men are disappointing God, so God is now going to women. And if that is the case, then we may be starting with the Pope, that the Bible have to be rewritten. That's on a lighter note. But aside that, you realize that men are given a leading role. It simply means that the skill of management, the skill of balancing is embedded in man. That is not to say that it is also not in women. Because when we come back to Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, we see a very strong thing that God did. The Bible says that, and the Lord God formed man out of the dust of the ground, and then he breathed to his nostrils. So God took himself and deposited in man, and caused man to sleep, and took part of him and built a woman. So you can't say that the woman doesn't have God. So the managerial grace is with man, but it's like me having 2 containers. Then I pour some of the water in this container. I have more here than here. So then the man has the pronounced mandate where he take the leading role. Again, if we go into biology, you realize that the red blood cells of a man is more in 20% as compared to that of the woman. Meaning that man is made to work harder than a woman. So in that sense, then it means that you will have to do the extra work to get what you ought to get to keep the home. Now, you see God also saying that the woman is a help mate. So, breadwinning is a dual responsibility where the man wins, the woman wins, but the man takes the leading role.
Okay.
If you fail to do that, most of the times women are smart, they take up. And in our African settings, because of our polygamous way of living, we end up having a man having more than one wife, and at the end of the day, he is unable to cater for them. Then the women assume the position of catering for the children. So then, would you say that because the man has 3 wives and has, let's say, 9 children, and he can't fend for them, should the women also not fend for them?
But Miss Ak, why would you marry 3 if you can't provide
Take
for
care
them?
of them. Thank you. The truth of the matter is that here, even in Ghana, okay, if you look at the workforce, you see that there are more women working than men. And even in homes where the men are equally working, women are doing more for the home upkeep than men. That is the truth. Most men do not bring home much as their women counterparts. But the truth of the matter is that, like Reverend said, the pronouns, the first person to take care of the home should be the man, and the woman should come in and help. But go to our market women, dawn to dusk, 5 a.m., even some like 4, 3 a.m., they are in the market. They are not doing it for themselves, for their children, even for the men who sometimes do not leave home money. I mean, usually I do not want to bother my head with people who are already grown. The men who are not giving women, their wives, money, you will talk to them, they won't change. So I don't want to even worry my head about them. But young man who is not married and you are not hardworking, you've seen your mother doing it all in the home, and you are thinking that you are going to marry for your wife to as well do it all. It's not right. God wants the man to be in the lead. Then the woman comes in to help. In a situation where genuinely the man tries, but he's not able to make that much, and woman, you have to step in, that is okay. But when the man relents on his duty, because he knows the woman is the woman earns much more, or the woman is more forceful, so he sits back for you, the woman, to do more. That is not right, and it has a lot of repercussion. God wants the man to be the man, the breadwinner. And if you are my husband and you decide not to do much, not to work much, or just be irresponsible and not bring home money, you are giving the woman the chance to be insubordinate. It is you, the man, who is making the woman unable to submit. And you will think that your wife doesn't respect. But if she has more than she has to do, naturally you are always furious, you are stressed up, and if he comes talking to you in a way that you don't like, you are likely to reply. I'm not asking any woman to do that, but I want men to understand that if you shirk your responsibility, If you leave your wife to take care of what you have to take care of, you are spoiling her. You are making her unsubmissive. At the end of the day, if she has a case with God, it is your fault as a man. It is your fault as a man, because you should provide for the home so that she comes in to help where you can't. Now, women, in situations where genuinely your husbands are doing their best, but it's not forthcoming, or they've lost their jobs, that one, you have to be there for them. And don't make them feel bad that they are not bringing in money. You have men that you know that, as for this man, even if it is in his mouth, he will take it out for me. And if today he doesn't have a job, or he's lost his job, or he's not making much money, and you are helping, why should you make such a man feel bad about the whole situation? At the end of the day, the two of you should do what will make you feel good. But men should understand that women are very happy, and like, everything is so high when the man steps in as a man, and that's all that he has to do. Even if your wife is working, don't leave the home upkeep for her. Even if it is small, be responsible. Like, at the end of this each month, I give you this. Or if it is daily, or if it is weekly, bring home something. Don't just leave it for your wife. It is not right. That one, it is not right. Then most importantly, before you get married, when you are with a man and he doesn't give you money, and you feel that you are an independent lady, you don't want anything from any man, that is their slogan, then you go into the marriage without expecting anything from him. You will have to finish what you start. So if in the relationship you think that you don't want anything from him, so he should not give you anything, then you will go into the marriage and don't expect anything. So whatever you choose, that is what you should live with. You can't tell me that your man was responsible when you were dating, and now that you are married, he's irresponsible.
Miss, let me come in. We had one discussion here, and it was said, when you are in a relationship, the man is not supposed to give you money. It's not his responsibility since you aren't married. So he's not supposed to buy you, it's not by force to buy you expensive gifts, dash you money, and the rest. But then you see, we are talking about responsibility. So it looks like if the man doesn't do this from the beginning, does it then mean that
How do you tell that a man will be responsible, a man loves you? For me, I talk about the 3 P's. The basic, the 3 P's: provision, protection, publicity.
okay.
So he doesn't have to go rent for you. He doesn't have to take care of your entire home. But you see, men, the provision part, men see courtship, dating as a project, a building project. They invest all that they have into the project. When the project is done, it is maintenance that they do. I'm telling every single person. So if there is any man that says he loves you, you are the building project. Oh. So even at the building project, see the investment that he's making in. Then when you go into it, maintenance there, he will leave everything to collapse. So provision is a basic trait that a man loves you. If a man loves you, hey, he wants to, like, guy, like, he wants to show that he day for, even if he's poor, sorry, go and find something to do and bring you something. It shouldn't be too much. Oh, you should see that he is ready to give you something. That is what I'm talking about. Responsibility. Some people confuse responsibility with caring. The reason why some people have men that are very abusive, yet they say that he's caring. No, a man who is caring can be very different from a man who is responsible. But every man who is responsible is caring. And if a man is caring and he's responsible, you can know. You can see that this man, he doesn't have much, but he tries. He tries. But here you are, he would be rather asking you for money. Comfortably, you mumble a man. Comfortably, you give him an envelope. Comfortably, you buy stuff for him. and he doesn't do anything, and you say what, you are courting, so he's not supposed to take care of you. Of course he's not supposed to shoulder your entire upkeep or entire taking care of you, but you should see him making investment into that building and weigh that investment and see if he will be doing good maintenance when the building is complete.
Okay. Reverend, please, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, first of all, we need to establish that marriage is always in a cultural setting. So we need to ask ourselves, this marriage, which culture have we entered into? If we were living in India, men will sit for women to pay bride price. We are in Africa and we are in Ghana. What is our cultural setting? Men are supposed to take the leading role. Men are supposed to pay bride price. Men are supposed to, fend for the home. So when we fit our life into the cultural setting, then we now move into who plays the leading role and who contributes.
Okay.
The fact that home breaks for women to take up responsibility doesn't mean that women are supposed to fend for home. Women are made to help from behind. Anything that helps from behind becomes the stronger than that which is leading. And so I have a policy. My policy is that it doesn't matter what my wife earns. Any money I get, I give to her.
Exactly.
She takes care of the house. I tell her where the money goes. Now, that aside, but the fact is this. If your culture does not fit in what we're talking about, then find out what your culture believes in and how it expects of you to do. Women are bruised, misused. I have to be charitable. Men take undue advantage and sometimes become overly lazy and dependent. Women are supposed to help and sometimes even play. Their leading role should not be forever. They play leading role when men need that support the most. So possibly job loss, disaster, or whatever, or maybe sickness. And unfortunately, lately, we are having some sicknesses that are striking men. And so then the woman takes care. But the question we need to ask here is this. There are times when men become totally incapacitated. So like a young man that I know, very young, early 40s, had stroke. And this is where the woman is seen to take up the leading role, both for the man and that of the child, of the children. When men are let loose, they misbehave. When men are left unattended to, because the leader ought to be supervised. The question is by who? By the helpmates. And that is where the check and balance is. So you hear a man saying that you don't respect me, you're talking to me anyhow. But you see, Bible says a soft answer turns away wrath. And when we speak to you in a soft manner, you're not listening, then force must be applied. And in the force application, that is where men feel like something is wrong. because then the ego of a man is bruised. But I think there should be a collaboration. When we have decided to marry, cultural settings has it that the man should provide. But we need to sit to agree that, okay, I don't know what faith, not Faith, but Fate, has for me and for us. But we believe God will send us overboard. This is the work I'm doing. This is how much I'm paid. And from the onset go, if you realize that your pay is less than that of the woman, it spells out that the woman is becoming the breadwinner. Then the wisdom in it will have to tell you, look for a second job. Find yourself another job. It doesn't mean that leave the current job, because that one could be a place for another open doors. So you look for other jobs that will help you augment for that losses. Because unfortunately, God has given man an insatiable desire, where a woman who loves you is happy with you in a single room. Then she said something that I partially do not agree, where other friends possibly have something and they testify, so you also want to. That one I don't agree at all. But then there's an insatiable desire where I've stayed in a single room for 10 years. And when I was single, I had one TV, one fridge, one sofa, and then a bed. But because I'm working, I added freezer. I added iron. So the room is the same size, but it's becoming smaller. And so suddenly, the clumsiness of the room is giving me tension. So that desire of wanting more is there. God gave it to me. So I need a bigger room. But here is the case where the man's money cannot move to the next room. All right? It binds on the man to want to take the leadership role and the initiative, because he has given the leadership role. And we shouldn't also forget that contributing to the family purse is not only finances.
Okay.
When we make it finances alone, we become we don't give good justice to the men, because there is social attention, spiritual attention, we have the emotional. There are a lot we contribute. But since you use the word purse, then we'll be talking about money. Man will have to then find a way, multiple income. That's the word.
Okay.
And that is the grace I see the African woman having. Because she juggled between selling shoes, selling tomatoes, selling, what do you call it, like what she does, beats, and wanting to get other things. 1 CD here, 2 CD there, 3 CD there, putting it together to do something. All right? But men are so focused, they lose track on the immediate environment. That is their problem, of which they are looking for big money. That's the problem.
Mr. Should the man strive, I mean, go through every means just to earn more than the woman, to prove that he's the head of the family?
I do not think that the man has to do everything to earn more than the woman to prove that he is the head. You have to live within your means. So everything is about the two of you. What makes the two of you happy and willing to live a fulfilled life. Okay, so if he is bringing home 10 at the end of the month and the woman is bringing home 30, out of his 10 he should be able to set out something for the home. And here, when the woman gets whatever that the man gives her, it is in her place a wise woman to augment what the husband is bringing. But in cases where the men do not bring anything, that is where there is a problem. And even for women who have taken it upon themselves to take care of the home, the men still never get satisfied. The men are, it's like, for most of the homes I am aware of, that the women are the ones leading. Most of the time there is no peace. The little mistake, the man thinks that because you are taking care of the home, so you don't want to respect me. Because you are taking care of the home, so you have done this, even where they have not done anything. When the mistakes are genuine mistakes, you see that their ego is bruised. So as a man, you cannot be irresponsible if you want to live a happy life. Because even when your woman steps in and wants to be there for you and take care of things, you will still not be happy. So if you are a young woman, you are newly married and you are listening to me, look, do not start shouldering the responsibility of your husband. Because most men, no matter what you do, even if you cut your head just to fend for the home, you won't have peace. You won't have peace. Know what he earns. Talk to him nicely. Okay, honey, so can you give me this at the end of the month? In a wise way, don't even let him know how much you are adding to it, because you are his helpmate. Add something to it. Take care of the home. Let him be happy that he's responsible. But the moment he knows that you are the one taking care of everything, and sometimes too, it's their fault. They know that they are not earning much, and for that reason, I don't know, it's like they think that they have to do that so that they can have more money at their bosom for the woman not to have much money. So they leave it for the women. But look, if you think that you want to outsmart a woman, you won't see proper progress in your life. Men who have made it a point that my wife earns more, so I won't spend a dime, or I won't give to the home. Look, she will continue to earn more and become more successful than you are. But if you want to be up and doing, God will make a way for you that you will be the head that you have to be. And even if you don't get to earn much like that, you will still have a happy home. But if you want to outsmart her, whatever that has to come to you, God will give it to the woman, because God knows that it's the woman who has decided to take care of the home, to be at the forefront. So she will get what's supposed to be for the one leading. So it should be about the two of you. For me, it doesn't matter if the man is taking care or the woman is taking care. Know yourself, the two of you who have come together to marry. Know what works for you. I have also seen a home that the woman is on top. She earns more. At a point, the man even left his job so that he can spend more time for the family, because the woman is earning more. And still they are living peacefully. They are happy. The woman doesn't disrespect him. The man doesn't feel that because he's not more working, the little mistake the wife does, the wife just wants to rub her being at the forefront on him, or just wants to disrespect him, and they are happy. So at the end of the day, the two of you, you know what works for you. It is not by it's not just by your own doing that you are not earning more, or you are not even getting a job. God knows why. Come in. Where can you help? Where can you step in to help, so that your wife does not have to use more money? I know a home that they used to do their laundry outside, ironing everything outside. But it got to a time that they relocated, and the man's business couldn't do well at their new environment. And this man now decided that no, our laundry is not going out again. We have a washing machine. He does it. They are living happily. Personally, I wouldn't want to be at the forefront. Me, the way my money matters is, maybe if you give me 10 cedis, I know that's what you're giving me at the end of the month. That is okay. But if you are not bringing it, I wouldn't be happy. So even if I'm earning millions, you will be on my payroll, or I don't know how, so that money will
Yeah, on
come
your
to,
budget.
yes, not on my budget too. You will be on payroll. You will be getting salary from what I'm doing, so that at the end of the month, come and put something that at the end of the month, you is for my money. So come and give me instruction. You see, give me the money, give me instruction. That is me. So you know yourself. Do what works for you. And you should know the woman that you have gone in for. I know a couple too that even if the man is aware that the woman has used her 1 CD for something, the man will make sure that he will give it to her. This woman, her 1 CD. So every time he steps out, he comes and the woman has done things, he will ask. Even if the woman does it, he will have a way of asking the children and make sure that he has reimbursed the woman. You see, people have way of doing things, but what is more important is that the two of you are happy. Life is not all about money. Life is not all about finances. So do what will make the man happy and the woman happy. Sometimes don't step in overly, because even in your attempt to save the situation can worsen your peace as a home.
Okay, Ms. Ak, let me ask, just to talking about the ego issue, is it advisable that you declare your financial standings
As a
as a
husband,
couple? Yeah.
it's very necessary. It helps if you have that trust, and if the two of you are in for each other like that. It really helps, because you know that this is my husband and this is my wife, and you move on. But some people, as we talk today, if you ask them, if we go and state that for couples you have to declare your financial standing like this, it's going to be a fight this evening in some people's home, because somebody is going to tell the wife that even today the counselor said on TV that you have to declare your financial standing, so declare. Meanwhile the wife is not ready to declare, or meanwhile the man is not ready to declare. So for people who are already in and they are not ready to declare, it means that they already have some secrecy, and they lack some form of transparency, and they have to get to that point where they are that transparent with each other before they can declare. But if you love yourself so much and you want to be there for yourself enough, the best is to declare. I remember when I was courting my husband, when he wants to seek my advice on something, then he come in, okay, so if you use this amount for this amount for this, then subtly I'll be like, but I don't know how much you earn, so how will I be able to advise? Then he said that you take that, maybe I earn that amount. And it was funny, but I'll give him the advice. Now when we got married, I didn't ask him. He himself came out to tell me how much he's earning. He gave me documents, and it's like that. I always know, but I don't fight to know. And even if he had not told me in the marriage, I wouldn't mind, because me, I know he's responsible, and I know that he will bring in what is necessary to be used for the home. So it shouldn't be an issue if they want to declare or not declare, but both of you should be responsible. But the truth is that if you love yourself that much, you will just declare it. And couple who are ready to work together, you see progress quick, quick, quick. I'm a living testimony. We have come from far. My husband and I, we come from far. But the fact that we are there for each other and we want to support each other in every aspect, you see that we make progress. Anything that we set our hands to do, God blesses it. It's like that. So woman, man, the two of you should be one. That one should be one indeed. You shouldn't be selfish. Why are you not declaring your financial standing? Why? What is the motive? What is that motive? It means that you are not one. But the moment you are one, the way you progress is interesting. The way you progress is a secret. If you know, you will try it. Just be that one. For my home, you see, I'm responsible for my husband's happiness, and we have a chat, and he's responsible for my happiness. It doesn't matter what is disturbing my peace. It doesn't matter where it is coming from. Once I'm not happy, he's losing marks. Once he's not happy, I'm losing marks. It doesn't matter. So at the end of the day, we want to be there for each other. And we have been trying this, and for finances, we do better each day, each time. We do better each day, each time. So I would just advise everyone, just be one indeed. It starts from there. Being one indeed, you will feel free to declare your financial standing to your spouse.
Okay. We've heard from Ms. Sack. When we return from the break, we'll also hear from Reverend. We'll be right back.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Announcements on Adwa TV. Contact Adwa TV for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork premises. Adwa TV, bringing good things to life.
Blue City is a manufacturing supply of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Welcome back. This is Family Live on Adwa TV. Today we are discussing if wives should contribute to the family purse, and Ms. Sack and Reverend Felix Pakabenin are here to help us with this discussion. Before we went on the break, Ms. Sack gave us a view on whether it is important to declare your financial standings as a couple. And we'll also hear from Reverend Felix Pakabenin. Reverend.
Sure. Declaring status is relative in a sense that some people, it works for them, others doesn't work for them. And from where I sit, I would say that depending on situation at hand and the background of both parties, you may decide to declare or not. Because there are some people, when they get to know your financial status, they tend to become avaricious and they would want to eat. See what I mean? From where they've not sowed. And others too would begin to hide something. And it has its advantages and disadvantages. So you may want to learn to find out what will work for you. Then you pick it up. I don't subscribe for a strict rule that declare it or don't declare it. But find out what is good for you and then work with it.
You just look at your situation and then...
Exactly.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So, Reverend, let me ask the question. Should wives contribute financially?
My first question I'll ask after you ask this question, although it's not good to ask questions with question, is that what does the woman do with her money? That's the first question. And I know that one.
Most men always ask.
And I know that one. They'll give me trillions of reasons. All right. Their hair. The hair alone is much more than the child's school fees. Then the fingernails will come before the eyeshadow, the eyelids, and whatever. That's an lighter note. But women should contribute, yes, but not as much as the man does. But for a special case, because in every rule there's an exception. Yeah. For a special case where the man is unable to spearhead the financial empowerment, then that is where the augmentation of the woman is needed. But to a large extent, I will subscribe and still stand by what the Bible prescribed, that men should be the breadwinners. Men should contribute. And women, let me use the word contribution so that it will be very balanced. Since you use the word contribution, then it is not the man alone. Here a little, there a little, we have a very full a glass of water, then we all can drink. But even if we do here a little, there a little, the question is, who eats the more or the much? I believe that when both of us have contributed, there should be a project. And first project goes to the kids. That is if they are. It's not every family that is blessed with children. But if they are children, then the first project goes to the kids. Then the second project goes to accommodation. Third project goes to self. And then you extend to families. Maybe parental, siblings, and all those stuff. And then possibly, which is very necessary, church. All right? So the percentages will be determined by both, because both are contributing. And you can't determine percentage for school fees, because school fees will then determine amount you should earn. Because every year the school revise their whatever. But I think that to a large extent, contribution is contribution. And contribution should be here a little, there a little. The man brings it, the woman brings it. But for the cultural settings, if we are having 10% from man, then maybe 5% or less. And if the woman is a macho woman and can do more, praise God.
Okay, we've opened...
Sorry, let me not cut you. Right. There was an advocacy she was coming And I nearly rebutted, but I wanted her to finish, where she was saying that women should not give their money to men. And I have forgotten exactly what she was saying, but the impulse was that she's advising women that if a
Oh.
man, if a man,
A bit of it came in, but not that, because you can clearly see that I'm asking homes to do what will make both of them happy.
sure,
Okay, but there are cases where the men have just decided not
yes,
to do it, and if
no,
you think that you want to take in everything, you want to do everything, even you will do all that and the men are still not satisfied. Whereas if you had not come in fully to take care of everything, they would be up and doing. Okay, but you think that you want to step in because he's your husband, then he leaves everything on. You know, I've had cases where the men don't bring anything home, not knowing that the woman didn't even know. Just because she tried to help, the man is like, so bit much so now he doesn't bring anything. He doesn't even look for job, not knowing that it's a revenge on the wife.
good. So you see,
Reverend,
what we
please
need to,
let me announce the phone lines.
okay,
Please, we've opened the phone lines. Do call in and join the conversation. But let me read this message from Facebook. Okatechia Wilberforce says, great discussion. I think couples who have something to hide would rather not open up their finances to each other. Personally, I don't subscribe to joint accounts, but I think being open about your income and income sources is very important. Thank you very much, Okatechia. Reverend.
yeah, I think I love that piece. We need to separate attitudes from contribution. You see, if a woman is disrespectful, no matter whether she has the money or not, she will be. If a man is bossy, no matter whether he has money or not, he will be. So let's separate the attitude from the contribution. You use the word responsibility. It's a compound word. It's the word respond to ability. And when the man is not forthcoming, it means he doesn't have the ability to respond to. Likewise, the woman. But when we are contributing, then whether you like it or not, you need to respond to the ability within you to pull it out. So I will not subscribe to go to steal or go to do any other thing, but try and do it. The example she gave has to do with a retaliation. It means that there was something that made the man decided to pull back.
Reverend,
And that
please
is,
hold on. We've got our first caller. Hello.
Hello.
Mr. John from Cape Coast, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Madam Aquaman,
Mpacho nyame adumo.
I'm your bottom.
I think comment here.
Oh, what program was interesting, but
Oh, yeah, that's you.
Madam, Mom can't do shock a car. Anyway, your water, all we are doing. One gun, oh, nobody subscribe to one gun this time. Only I come, you are the whole we are doing. The same approach to me, you are also want to continue to your prepared. For send us to one year, on the commercial law, say, Tennessee, good share. It's never could all use this car. Don't forget budget, yeah, budget to what you need. The time when you educate the when you never show my family, we will care than coding. So I get up on my say, yeah, they don't use this car. So that I don't know why you're first. No one should show me feel what to point. Oh, you did, oh, yeah, from gay, oh, you get there, go. Amen.
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 Mr. Maintain, continue to not maintain you.
okay.
Thank you very much.
Trying,
And Reverend, this one, elective fund.
yeah. He was trying to say that God formed
Oh,
man.
but Reverend, please, there is another
Oh,
caller.
sorry.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Atalote.
Yay.
Atalote, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm very happy with this topic. I'm very happy with this topic. I have some contributions to make, but before then, I have some questions to ask. Before then, I have some conclusions. Don't you think that most people who got married, they don't understand it?
Seriously.
Despite that most of them have been gone through counseling, but they don't doing counseling at all, they don't listen to what the counselor is saying. They are thinking about the wedding. Yeah. So most of the times it brings trouble when they enter into it. Because I'm quite sure the counselor teaches them all these things. What you are discussing, it teaches all them, but they can't apply it. Why? You see? And then the second thing also is our upbringing. You see, there are some women and men who parents don't teach them even how to do house chores. You see, most of them, they don't know how to cook, they don't know how to sweep, they don't know how to pay for women or men. You see, it all depends on our upbringing. Because if you are taught all these things, when you enter into marriage, you know that yes, you have to help your husband or the woman, the man. But if you don't know, and you enter into it, by all means, there is trouble. There is trouble. Then the third point that I wanted to ask you is, I'm asking the two of you, Miss Sarkodia and then also, why is it difficult for people to make joint accounts? See, why is it difficult? And all the time you are saying the men, that's not all the men are like that. So when you are saying you have some of the men and some of the women, yes, that's why.
But Atalote.
It's very difficult to contribute.
Atalote.
It's very difficult, yes.
Would you agree to a joint account?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Then why are you asking why is it difficult for people to do it?
Okay.
Yes. Yes. No. You see, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to join the joint account because you see,
We have a
this
culture.
thing, that's why most women think that the men are earning more, so they have to contribute more. They have to contribute more, and all the time they are expecting more from their men. You see, but well, yeah, me, I don't do joint account to.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm asking.
Okay.
Maybe sister, this is
Miss Sack.
Sakovia.
Yeah.
We have an answer to it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Atalote.
We already mentioned that marriage is influenced by culture. So you have to look at the culture and do what works for you. And even for the two of you who have come to marry, you have also started a culture. Personally, I don't subscribe to joint accounts, but if a couple want to do it, they are good to do it. But looking at the Ghanaian culture, joint account is not the best for you, okay? Because there are times that you would need to take money to other areas that you cannot seek permission. You will do it. For me, I will do it and tell my spouse, and even if he's not comfortable, I've already done it. He does it and he tells me, even if I'm not comfortable, he's already done it. And for most of the time, we will discuss before we do it. But that friend B who has decided not to work and can be in a down need, this is a matter of life and death, but you know that friend is deliberately being lazy.
Please kindly hold on. Hello.
Hello.
Emmanuel.
Yes,
Oh,
madam.
how is
Good
Pando?
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, I'm fine. And I'm enjoying the program so well.
Thank you.
Yes, so I also want to contribute.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, on the basis of declaring your, how do you call it, your status to your friend, your partner as far as salary or income is concerned, it has a limitation depending on the love you have for the person.
Okay.
If you really have or chosen good partner, there's nothing prevent you from declaring your financial status. Because if supposing the man has a lot, but could not manage it, the woman will stand in to manage that resource. So if the woman doesn't know how much you have, how will she help you to manage it? Or for the success of the family. In the same way, if the woman did not declare her stand, so how will the man assist? So that is the point. If we all understand, or both parties understand themselves, and they are united, then I think it's better they declare their financial stance. Thank you.
Manuel.
The point is, you have to do what works for you. If you don't declare and yet your home is peaceful, you are doing everything, that is okay. If you declare and it works for you, do it. Like Reverend said, it's about the two of you. Do what works for you, because you might have married somebody that if you declare, it's a trouble. And you have married somebody that if you declare is better for you, because the person knows that this is how much you have and the person would work within that budget. Some people will give you what, a car. They will give you a car when you want to not declare, because like they don't know how, and so they'll go for this, they'll go for that. Some people, if you declare, so at the end of the day, do what works for you, but it's about the mindset. What do we want to do? The two of us should be ready to do that which is good for their family. Unfortunately, for most homes, the men would even come in to tell them that use your money to take care of the home, the children, fees and everything. I'm using my money for us to build. And unfortunately, some men, at the end of the day, when they've had 2-3 children, would divorce the women or will send them packing and all that. I'm not saying that don't help, but I mean, before you decide on anything, you should know the motive behind that rule that you want to set. Don't go for joint accounts.
You see, this is where I have a little challenge.
Reverend, but you see that you were having a challenge with when I said that the attitude part, but it's true. Some things give room, become conducive for the attitude of the people.
No,
People who are disrespectful, right? Yeah. But possibly if you are in charge and you are doing all that you have to, they will sit back. But when you leave everything on them, then you have made the environment conducive for them to exhibit that their attitude. Reverend.
Certainly. So we can say that inability to provide has the tendency of whipping one's character. But the fundamental is that if the person's character is awkward, it's awkward. Whether the money is there or not, the person can still be.
But we are a people of culture. The man should take care of the home.
Simple. That's the key.
Support him if he doesn't have it, or do your. There shouldn't be any question
of where will you keep your money? Because you made mention.
Me keep my money as in where, like where do I, or what will I use my
money for?
Oh, me, I use my money for the home. My husband is aware of what I earn.
So it's the same thing.
But but my husband has not come in to tell me that use your money to take care of the feeding, the school fees, and let me use my money for building.
Okay, but so Miss Aki, you agree to the wife contributing?
Oh yes, let's do it together. Like I mentioned, we are one. All of us, we are one. But the moment he says that use your money to take care of the children, the school fees, the home, I'm using mine for building. You have separated it. Okay. Bring at the end of bring your monies together. Yes. Me, what is done in my home is that I actually, whatever at the end of the month, whatever my husband brings to me, it is the same thing I'm using for. I pay the bills. He gives me everything. At the end of the month, this is how much I have for you. I pay water bill. I set money aside for our health, regardless if you have health insurance. I set money aside for gas. I do everything. I take care of everything. At the end of the day, whatever amount that my husband has given me, whether it will be enough or it will not be enough, I keep it, I add, and I take care of the home. But I will not be comfortable. He comes in and says that we are building. So I will be doing the building project, so take care of the home. And that is the problem most people have been bringing to me. They finish building, they don't even put their wife's name on the document. And I have a case of a woman with 3 children. She's been sent to her mother to live in the village, but she was working, the man was working, she was taking care of the home, they are feeding the children and all that. And the man said he was using his money to build. 12 years in marriage, now the man has sent her to her mother that the building, he did it. It is not right. Now get to know the motive behind everything. One person should not decide what one person's money should be used for.
You see, at this juncture, then the law must take its course.
You know, Ghana.
Whatever be the case, I mean, if I'm the one and I get to know of this, I'll directly straight go to the court. And I first of all want to know for how long have they lived together?
I said 12 years of
12
marriage.
years.
She's not
The
ready
man
to go
has
to
no
the court.
right.
But
You understand?
Reverend, the truth of the matter, that is what is happening in the system.
Then it
So
means
many cases like
then it
that.
means you didn't
And people
seek for
are
the
not
right
going, people are not,
the right source of help. Because
baby, you would
there are
tell them,
places you
you
would
would tell
go
them to go to
that at
court.
least for the sake of the children, something ought to be done.
Reverend, the
Okay,
reality on the ground,
let's keep going. But
we even offered her a lawyer, pro bono lawyer, but the man threatened the family. The family said that, hey, sit down, life is more important. And she's not the only one. It is happening in so many
you
homes.
see,
At the end of the day, people will not go to court. They will say that
yes. So this is the thing.
So this is the culture that we live in. So woman, don't go and sit down and be taking care of the home for him to use his money to build alone when you are not very sure of who he is.
Okay,
Okay.
Reverend, please, your last words, and then you wrap up.
Oh, how can you just cut me like that? Oh,
It's Reggie. Reverend, it's Reggie.
Mama Reg. Oh, okay. What would be my last word? All the things, the thoughts I have built up.
Oh, so sorry.
Okay. Of course, we need to be very circumspect in our release of funds, because in our Akan culture, it is said money is blood, sikaya moja. So the more you release your money, it's your sweat and it's your blood. So if you don't know where it is going and how it is managed, then your future is bleak. And I would also advise that men should look for multiple income, and men should constantly decide to keep the role as leaders in the home. For any reason, if a man is down, your mind should not be that down forever. You go down for a while, you need to find ways and means to stand on your feet to still lead the home. And that is a blessing. But I will not advocate that any woman will decide that I'm from Mabema. If that is the case, then the men too will say they won't give their money to women. Then there will be chaos in the home. But this program is meant to bring unity and love to the family. So we advocate that no matter what it is, you should learn how to save elsewhere and still know how to support the home when you think the man is being mischievous, so that your future is at stake. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Misak.
So at the end of the day, we are building the home together. It is not only the woman who is responsible for keeping the home. Both the husband and the wife will give accounts to God of what they made of their marriage. So let us all be responsible, especially our husbands. You are the leaders. Do what you have to do to lead the home responsibly. And for our women, we the wives, let us be the helpmate that God has asked us to be. Let us do that which will bring peace and harmony in our homes. It doesn't matter if your husband is not earning so much like yourself, and it doesn't even matter if you have to shoulder everything. As long as you are able to do it, God will continue to bless you. I want to take this opportunity to say God bless everyone who has been supporting me, especially my mentor, Nana Yakunedu, my husband, Mr. Wobafos Amo. And I want to invite every woman watching me to Women's League. Women's League inception meeting will be on 12th February, this coming Saturday. So if you are a woman and you are not part of the Women's League, then I am inviting you to contact me on 0243 485241 so that you can be part of the Women's League. Greetings to Marriage by Choice and Disciples and everyone for watching. God bless every one of us.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sack. And thank you so much for tuning in to watch Family Life. Dorcas Ismon, you said you were enjoying the show. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch. I believe next week too we'll have another educative session. Thanks to our production team. Thank you once again, Reverend and Ms. Sack. I hope to catch you again next week. Bye-bye.